This is live, number one, and I think that this is the most important episode that we've had, number two. And I'll start the story off like this. I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do when I came out here to Miami. I know I came out here to get money. And I was like, for one thing's for sure, two things for certain, I'm gonna make $1 million a month.
Hey.
Inevitably. That's how I live my life. I don't play no games. Never was that type of motherfucker in my goddamn life, right? So I get into business, I'm doing the business shit, and it's going good. But I'm figuring out what else I'm gonna do. I used to do music. I used to do music. I used to go to Shay's studio, Lilo Studios. Taught me everything I know, how to play with the Pro Tools, how to get the shit recorded right. And every time something sounded wrong, he was on my ass about it. It was like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? And I know I wasn't the nicest, but it was, what the fuck is this? Yeah. So I'm out here, I'm trying to figure this shit out, and I'm like, I'm gonna do some music. I'm gonna start a little studio. I had like a little project. It was a room. I'm like, what do I do with this? And I had a gentleman, because they don't know who's here with me tonight, right? So I had a gentleman by the name of Shots with me, smoking. And I'm looking at the room, and I'm thinking, what the fuck do I do with it? It could be a studio, right? And we started talking about doing a podcast. At that very moment, it clicked into my head, right? Like, I'm like, Shots is here. I could probably get Conway here.
Quick fast.
Conway the Machine.
Yeah.
Right? So at that moment, I'm like, you know what? This could be dope. Podcasting could be dope. This could be my lane, because I could talk hella shit, and I'm really good at talking shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm somebody that I feel like I'm what the game's been missing.
Hey.
Somebody that's authentic, that I don't give a fuck about the clickbait. I like the real shit. I like sitting with people that are authentic. And overall, I always tell people the Danza Project is not a podcast. It's a network. I want to network with people. I want to grow. I want to be able to make money with everybody. I make money. I do pretty motherfucking good. I got a bad bitch. I live a pretty good motherfucking life. But what else do I need? I need this motherfucking network. I need to do episode number what? 155 with Conway the Machine in the building.
That's dope.
Buffalo, New York's own.
From the beginning.
That's dope, man. Oh, salute, man. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you for having with me, for fucking with me from the beginning, my nigga. I've been knowing you for a minute. And it's always been, just love and organic and genuine, man. And, shit, this shit had to be done. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the love, man, for real.
Definitely happy to have you up here.
Let's shout out my guy Kato in the building.
In the bills, baby. How y'all doing? Happy Monday, y'all. Come on. But I do remember him telling me that, saying, yo, this is Duke Shots. I ain't know who he was at the moment till I got the fortune to meet him.
By the way, Shots, I'm sorry. I ain't feel like it sounds like I'm using shots, right?
Nah.
It's like, yo, yeah, your older brother's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing. He was really at the crib vibing, and obviously you're a Buffalo dude, so it was genuine from the start. But I don't want to say full circle, because we got a long way to go, and that would mean we completed the cycle. But
it's the first full circle. We could say that.
The first ring, right?
Yeah.
We definitely highly anticipated. Really wanted to get this one out the way for sure.
Man, dope, man.
Yeah,
Shit.
man.
Yeah,
Sure.
man.
So
So let's drink to that.
Yeah, hell yeah. Salute.
For real, man. Cheers. Salute. Salute, man.
So first things first, right? I know that I listen to your music. Right. And I know that you have your own battles, and a lot of people don't allow you to be you all the time. I want you to feel comfortable being you in this interview, because that's what it's about, right? How annoying was I trying to get a hold of you for a long ass time? Because I know I was bothering Chad, I was bothering OJ, everybody. I had to be pretty motherfucking annoying trying to get this shit to happen.
Nah, man, it wasn't annoying, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything happened when it should happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't have no fear of time. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we use time to our advantage. You know what I'm saying? We in the episode 155, you said? I feel like it's perfect timing.
Right on time.
Yeah. I definitely feel that way. I feel like every time somebody's come up here, I made it my mission to let them know I'm from Buffalo. right? If I'm wearing a Griselda hat,
Yeah.
if I got fucking the music bumping, everybody got to know. Like, you don't got a choice but to know. Like, this is Buffalo, New York. We might not be in Buffalo, New York right now, but this is Buffalo.
Yeah.
So you say anything that we had Brandon Marshall up here, he starts talking crazy shit about the Dolphins. I'm like, yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Yeah, Ricky Williams and Edgerrin James up here, and Ricky Williams and Edgerrin James, like Edgerrin's like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Y'all lost 4 straight Super Bowls,
Yeah.
and I was like, you ain't win one.
Yeah.
So what's up? You know what I mean? Like what did you do? You know what I mean?
Bold.
Yeah. But let's be honest, he went to 2, he's 0 for 2. You feel me? I fuck with Edgerrin James. You know what I mean? He's got the book signed right there. We got cards with him and Ricky Williams. I put him in the room for the first time. I know you love sports like a motherfucker.
100%. 100%.
I put Edgerrin James and Ricky Williams in their first ever interview together.
Well,
I thought they were drafted 4th and 5th.
yeah.
99 draft. They never sat in an
crazy.
interview together.
That's
That was
crazy.
the first time.
Yeah, nah, them 2 legends right there.
Mhm.
2 legends right there. Edgerrin really liked that too.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'll start with this. How you feel about these Buffalo Bills, man?
You know, I'm Bills Mafia through and through. So you know what I mean. You know, through the ups and through the downs, man. We gonna ride shotgun, man, and you know keep the wave going. You feel me? But that was a good win we just picked up. You know what I'm saying? We got one more, 2 more tough wins we got to get. We good.
What's the tough one? What's the other tough one?
I'm gonna say the Cowboys. We play the Cowboys, right?
Yeah.
And then we got to play the Dolphins again down here.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Feel
tough.
me? Me neither, but
Yeah.
I mean, we ain't careful.
Yeah.
You know, Cheetah gonna eat regardless. So
Yeah, hell yeah.
gotta be
That's
careful.
one thing for sure.
You feel me?
That boy can
Cheetah
move.
gonna eat.
I feel like Douglas was a good addition
Yeah.
to kind of help us out with all that shit. Because, you know, like, it was getting tough. When Trey went down, I'm like, it's tough. I feel like it's easy to blame the Bills and everything, but now a lot of people don't be factoring in all the injuries we're trying to overcome. Like, I said this
100%.
analogy. I'm like, imagine me, you, and 2 of your closest people are about to hit the club. And you know you're about to have a great time at the club, fuck it up.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, one person hits you up like, I can't make it with you. The next person hits up, I can't make it. But you're still about to walk in this club.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be the same. And they walked in as a Super Bowl contender.
Right.
They lose Trey White, Matt Milano,
Right.
Daquan Jones. You kind of feel like, man, I don't even I don't even want to play this year. Fuck this whole year. And it took a little bit, I feel like, to get that vibe back.
Yeah.
And I feel like Nathaniel, or not, is it Hackett? Nah, who did we fire? Dorsey.
Yeah.
And I felt like when we got rid of Dorsey, he was kind of like the scapegoat because we needed to get some more, we need to get some life. So when they fired him, Josh Allen was like, yeah, let's get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so they needed some sort of a spark and they got it. And they look good.
Now they looking good now. You know what I'm saying? You know, I trust them. You know what I mean? I trust McDermott. You know what I'm saying? Cause shit, we had a real long drought before McDermott got there, and you know, shit, we've been totally turned around the franchise, the you know, the whole energy in the building. You know what I'm saying? The whole culture of the team been kind of transformed with McDermott as the coach. So, you know, I really wasn't, you know, I really didn't agree with the whole let's fire, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we got that spark and we getting it at the right time, you know what I mean? These last couple of games, you know what I'm saying? We handle our business, and I think the cards are gonna fall in our favor.
Yeah.
And once we get in there, it's up.
Yeah.
Once we get in, it's up.
Ooh, boy, I can't wait.
Nobody want to see us on a wild card or none of that.
Man, you know how much shit I gotta deal with out here with this being out here with Miami fans? I do not fuck with them.
Yeah.
I feel like you love it though.
Yeah, but I don't fuck with them. I don't. I genuinely don't.
Word.
They get to know that. I was in the gym with Nova earlier, and somebody's sitting there saying, "What the Bills are?" And I was like, "Yo, ain't no Bill slander going on here. Keep that shit. Nah, don't do that." Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, you know what I mean?" But I'm actually that serious. Get that shit the fuck up out of here. I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? Cool with people, but don't be sitting here slandering Buffalo to me. Buffalo is the city that we kind of slander each other though. I'm so grateful I moved out. You know what I mean? I love Buffalo, and I love Buffalo for the people I love in Buffalo. I love that organic feel. I was there for 31, 32 years.
Okay.
But goddamn, like when something don't go their way, they tear us the fuck down.
Yeah, they tear us up.
And you are a polarizing figure. That you take care of the city, you're in the city. And do you I know Benny gets it a lot, right? Do you feel like you get that criticism from Buffalo a little too much? Like they heavily criticize you too much?
Nah, I don't feel that. I don't feel that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm grateful, man. I'm just thankful that, that I'm able to be, that I was able to get myself in a position where I could just be the type of dude that can, give back and do all the shit that I do, and look out the way that I look out for niggas in the city. So it's like, I don't know, I always got love, you know, always from the city, like from every hood, every east side, west side, all that. Like I always got love. People
Yeah.
always fucked with me and held me in a high regard and protected me and showed me love. So I never really felt no criticism or nothing. I feel like sometimes it's like maybe higher expectations. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really feel the critique or the slander or the backlash or the lack of support or none of that shit from what we doing. And I don't really pay attention to that either. I kind of be having tunnel vision and just worry
That's
about
the truth.
what I'm doing, man. I got kids, I got family, I got shit I'm trying to strive for. I got goals, I got plans, and I can't get caught up in
Little
things
stuff.
that really ain't important or I can't control. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. One of the things that I often hear is that I be fighting with, because I'm a troll. I be talking shit. So people be saying, like, I'm not even gonna say people, shitty rappers, right? They feel like, and there's a lot of them. You heard me.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. I mean, there's a lot of them
especially
worldwide,
right
but
now.
there's these shitty rappers that like, oh, they ain't really doing nothing because they ain't putting us on. They should be putting us on. And I'm like, time out. Where the fuck does this shit happen at?
Oh yeah, well they're gonna be mad at me then.
Yeah.
I ain't got no sympathy for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shit, it's a race to the top. You feel me? You better get in your bag, nigga, and chase your dreams. And you know what I mean? Ain't nobody give me nothing. Ain't nobody give me no handout or none of that shit. I was a nigga. I was a guy who, this was Griselda, bro.
Yeah.
If you pay attention to how we did it, nigga, we did it ourselves. We ain't want nothing from nobody. We ain't take nothing from nobody or accept no favors or nothing. We did what we believed in and stood on our business. You feel me? And ain't nobody give us no motherfucking handouts or make shit easy for us. And, coming from where we come from, that was even more tough for us to, you know what I'm saying, to get through, to navigate through all that. You feel me? And we was able to do that by believing in our shit and standing on business. I ain't want no favors or no handouts. I mean, I got contracts and shit still in my email, management contracts and all type of shit. You feel me? I wasn't the guy. I can't relate to that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't look for nobody to put me on or help me or nothing, nigga. I'm gonna get myself, I'm gonna eat, nigga. Just, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna eat,
what.
bro. Feel
And
me?
Part of the thing is too, like usually those handouts end up be kind of like what cripples you. It don't really help you.
Yeah.
It might give you a look here and there, but in the end, you gonna suffer rather than figuring it out the hard way. And
Right.
really
And then why would I always was the type of person where I'm not comfortable with having nobody that can be able to say, like, if it wasn't for me, he wasn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the worst.
Like, nah, man, I can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for real.
But if
so
it's
I ain't got nothing for it.
But I say
I
it
ain't
for
gonna
you,
lie.
right? Because I'm a shit talker, right?
Yeah.
But it's the truth. Am I lying? Like Buffalo got a whole different
No, it's
spotlight on the
facts.
city because you're there.
Yeah.
A whole different spot. I don't think
That's
there's
facts.
a motherfucking Purge movie over there if there ain't no Conway the Machine. Dead ass.
I'd
I
have to
feel
agree
like
with
that.
that.
Yeah.
I have to
I
agree.
feel like my and I said it a million times, and I talked to these artists about coming up here. I've said it. I don't think, and this is me. These are my words. I'm gonna look directly into the camera. These are my words. I don't think Nas comes back. I don't think Busta Rhymes comes back. I don't think they're on the runs without hearing what Griselda put out, without hearing them Conway the Machine tapes. I just don't think so. Because I felt like everybody was like, you know what, it's not our time. And they got a lot of other shit that they could be doing, and they're doing it. But when they heard that, and they're like, oof, this brought a feel back. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, you start hearing Nas spitting again. You know what I mean? AZ's dropping tapes.
Refreshed.
Busta Rhymes comes out. DMX got a record with y'all. He comes out. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, X. But like you see that music that it's coming back, and now it's coming back full circle. And I'm admittedly one of those dudes. I had a dude named I'm a helpful dude. I like trying to lift people up. Shout out Sammy Telesco, right? This dude was going do some shit in Buffalo. I had some companies set up over here. I was like, I'm gonna give you an opportunity. I'll give him an opportunity to get his life right. And we're having a conversation. He's going through, this motherfucker's going through every goddamn record. You know, you got to listen to every one of Benny's and every one of Conway's and every one of West Side Gun's records. And I'm like, damn, this motherfucker keeps going at it, right? And we're listening to it. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I was like, the shit is crazy. Super dope. But can it take over? That's been my question. I remember seeing you at an event. Because every time you came out here, I was there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you were at one of the events, and I walked up to you and I'm like, king to a god. I think you could actually say that. I doubted it in the beginning because I don't know if you can make it like that.
Right.
With this type of music.
Right.
Your shit actually means something from a king to a god because you did something that the entire industry abandoned, and you made it that way. You said, hold the fuck up. I'm gonna bring this shit back.
Right.
And you put it back in the forefront. So salute to you for bringing some motherfucking good music back, because it's been a while. I said, fuck rap. I was listening to The Weeknd, you feel me? Party Next Door. I'm like, I ain't listening to no goddamn rap music no more. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's love, man. And you know, this shit is just dope. Like, that to me is the dope part about this shit. Like, you know, hearing you say that, like, I don't say that I don't agree. I mean, I don't disagree. What I want to say is, like, it's just dope because the people you named, some of the, like, them names is the guys that inspire me, inspire Wes, and you know what I'm saying,
Talking
and
about
all of
full
us.
circle.
Like, so it's like for them to, you know, for people to say that they feel like that is, you know, what's transpiring with, you know, what I brought to the table in this shit, man. That's them heavy words, dog, that I'm gonna probably, you know, think about all night. Like, damn, man, is that, you know, it's really like that, huh? Because, like, you know, I look up and respect, you know, those guys so much. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't be Conway the Machine without, you know what I'm saying, them niggas' contributions to this shit. You feel me? But like Wes said in one of his interviews he did, shit, I was already on that machine level back in, you know, back then, nigga, you know what I'm saying? When niggas was, you know, and I just was from Buffalo and unknown, ain't nobody know and shit like that. And that ain't coming from an arrogant place. That just come from, like, how much I studied and how much I looked up to niggas, and I you know, I studied how to be an ill nigga, you know what I'm saying? And I worked on my craft and mastered my shit to be an ill dude with my pen, and took it really that serious. I really believed I was just as good as Nas and them, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So to hear that is like, man, dog, that should mean a lot to me, dog. I'm gonna take me another shot to that.
Hell yeah, salute.
Real, man. Salute.
Where is the liquor? I need some more, goddamn. It's gone. We gotta order another one. Landon took the rest. Goddamn it, Landon.
Says you got a shot, love.
Yeah. Shots it is. But I know I don't say that and nobody else knows, because I know how many spitters we had up here.
Yeah.
And I know how many people said, yeah, you know what? Right. You know, we had 38 Special up here twice.
The word? Oh, yeah. That's my nigga.
You know, and you know, he talked this shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? There's definitely Nova. We got to tie one of them clips to what it is here, because we spoke about it. Shout out J.R. Ryder and Fred Money. I had J.R. Ryder and Fred Money, they're brothers, you know what I mean? Dipset shit. And when they were here, we had that conversation. We're talking about who's the best. And Fred, shout out Fred, he works with us. He's like, he's like, it's Conway. It's cool. You know what I mean? Like he knows.
If Fred knows.
Yeah. We, like, a lot of people that really listen to this shit, you inspire us.
Yeah.
But not only that, I feel like you bring, like, I love what Benny the Butcher does. I love what West Side Gun does. I just relate to you more. I feel like you bring something else to it. Like, when yesterday I'm riding with him and I'm trying to, like, explain to him, because I'm like, I'm not somebody that'll dive in and do all this research before an interview because I don't give a fuck to do that. I want to meet somebody for the first time. I already met you though, so it's kind of cheating, you know what I'm saying? But like I'm listening to the music and he's talking to me, and I'm like, you know what it is about this dude's music? It's just so motherfucking relatable. You know what I mean? Like I feel like when he's saying it, and the only other person like dead ass, it was Pac. First, it was Michael Jackson. You can't discount what Michael Jackson was. I was born in 1985, right? Michael Jackson.
Facts.
Tupac.
Yeah.
Biggie.
Yeah.
DMX. These are what I'm mentioning to you is my eras, the music that I listened to that I was like, this is what I fell in love with.
Right.
DMX, Wayne, Nipsey Hussle, Joe Budden, Conway the Machine. Those are that's if you think of all the music that I'm listeing to, they're talking to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's something else, like talk to them, you know what I mean? And that's what it was for me. And I had, don't get me wrong, I had the like mainstream artists I listened to that was doing the club records.
Yeah.
But there was the ones that hit me. I feel like that your fan base is the realest. You know what I mean? Like your fan base, like let them see something happen to Conway. I think they'll jump in front of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, but
facts.
like to what you were saying though, like you know, coming from Buffalo, you do have a little bit of a history because you knew him prior to me. Whereas I'm born and raised in Florida, I wasn't hip to the game until, you know, fairly recently meeting you and you know, y'all putting me on and all that. But one of the things that's most relatable when it comes to your art, it's like Atlas. It's like the weight of the world. And it's you dissecting through it, navigating. And it's not all pretty. It's not all glitz and glam. Sometimes this shit ain't fun.
Right.
Even though I'm getting paid. Sometimes it's the weight of the world. And I think so many people can feel that.
Right.
And they hear that and they start feeling like they you when they hear that shit come on. You know what I'm saying? Like really, really digging deep and listening to the music and taking it to that next level. I think that Atlas, I just see him holding up, trying to, you know what I mean? Doing everything he possibly can.
The weight of the world.
The weight of the world.
Yeah.
I think there's something in that.
Nah, man. You know, I just try to, not hide my shit, not hide behind, the fame and money and fortune and all that shit. Like, I ain't really get into that. I really set out to be some type of form of inspiration. Like, you know what I mean? I never thought I would inspire and impact people's lives to this point, to this magnitude. Like, I was just overseas and shit, and like just there's murals and fans pulling out got tattoos on my face and shit on. Look at it, you know what I'm saying? It's just
merch
like,
and shirts
bro,
and hats.
They barely speak English. You know what I'm saying? Like, how the fuck like you felt that shit I'm talking about, nigga? You feel me? So that's just hearing that is just like, man, dog, I never expected it to be like at that point, man. Really, I mean, I knew I was gonna be one of them ones that was considered like, oh yeah, nah, he nice. But that was all I ever strive for. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to be respected as like, all right, that nigga pen is nasty. But I didn't know, like, you know what I mean? The murals, with the merch and the tattoos.
That's gotta be a little uncomfortable too sometimes. Like, whoa.
That shit is, that shit is crazy, dog.
Because, bro, like, when you coming from where you come from, if you from the streets, you don't typically want to be too well known for certain things. You don't want everybody necessarily in your business under your nails type shit.
Yeah.
But with this level of, fame and attraction, you kind of got to be a little more vulnerable. You got to share that side. So it's dope to hear and see you do it. The injury, you pull out the cane and the whole, just everything, persevering through all that. You got even more fans rooting for you. It's wild.
It's wild, bro. It's wild, bro. I still don't understand fully. I'm telling you, I still be like, man, wow. You know what I'm saying?
You ever got
every time I do a show that be crazy like that, like when I like just that overseas love I was getting, and like even in the States and shit, like certain cities, man, like especially like it'd be some cities I never performed in, and like, man, that'd be crazy. It'd be like, real, like, damn, dog, I get this kind of love and I really just be painting my picture and telling my stories. Really, I don't really try to like do what nobody else doing. I'm really just talking about shit I've been through, and the shit I be going through currently or seeing or whatever. Like, but the bad shit, like the shit that fucked me up the most, I spit that type of stuff, not just the fly shit and the dope shit that happened for me or to me. Like, I talk about, I get deep in the dark part of the closet and open that door. You know what I mean? And shed light on it. And I never expected, like, those stories and those records to be the records that really, for people to be saying, like how you said, like mentioning my name with Pac, for me is like,
That's crazy.
Wow. And big. It's like, wow.
Honestly,
It's
because
crazy.
it is what it is. Like, I'd imagine, you went through a lot.
Yeah.
Getting shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, going through all the tragedy you have, like, and you're still in front of the king.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk about it, Bell's palsy.
Right.
But guess what? Like, when you can look at the world and you're like, damn, like I got shot and I got this, you know what I mean? Like my face is like this and this.
Yeah.
You might not, I don't even know if you see what we see. We see a king.
Yeah.
We see somebody that overcame. I wouldn't even, I remember what you look like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd rather you look like this. I see somebody that actually, and I think the rest of the world too.
Wow,
yeah. Like that ass, I feel like when they see you, you might not, like when you look in the mirror, you might see something else. When we look at you, we see a king. We see a God. We see somebody that somehow made it through no matter what and just kept moving. The whole image of Conway the Machine is a motivation to so many people. I swear to God, I'm not fucking around.
Right.
My girl will walk in here in a minute with my son. She knows what the fuck Conway the Machine means to the Danza Project to me. She knows it. You don't even know. You don't know what you mean to a lot of people. For the conversation I have with a lot of people from Buffalo, people be trying to come up here or just the simple conversations we have. You don't know what it really is. I genuinely feel you don't even know how ill you are. Which is some wild shit to say. But that's how, like, when I look at all the other artists, all the people that I've spoken to, I could sit there and say, oh, this person or this person or this person, Conway the Machine. Oof.
Yeah.
It's always the immediate reaction because what you do is legendary shit. You really are a king.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like you really, and I said that to you when I saw you. I was like, out of all the motherfuckers I know or met or listened to or fucked with, this one for me is it. For me, like if this shit ended today, if this dude got mad and blew all my cars up and shit, you know what I mean? I would feel like it's cool.
Yeah.
I did it. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's what I'm saying. You might say, like, for you, it isn't full circle. For me, it's full circle. Yeah. I'ma still grind because I don't know any Buffalo motherfucker that don't keep moving. Right. You know what I'm saying? We grind a little bit different. Over here, it's kind of warm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they don't, like, it's cool to chill out a little bit. In Buffalo, it's cold as fuck. You know what I mean? We got to stay grinding forever. We gotta wake up in the morning when it's fucking -4-degree wind chill and still be able to grind. Yeah. You still got to be able to get in the studio and shit. So this episode right here, the only thing I'm gonna do is give you your motherfucking flowers. You deserve it.
Man,
you know what I mean? You deserve it. That's what this whole episode is about. I don't give a fuck if anybody watches this shit.
Bro, that shit means a lot to me, dog. Hearing that shit, man. Fire. Wow, bro. Wow. You know what, bro? You might be right, man. You might be right, dog. Sometimes, I don't know, dog. Sometimes I do be feeling like I be getting, I ain't in the light like maybe Benny and West and them is, you know what I'm saying? But I never really set out for that, you know what I'm saying? I like to just go crazy and get in that booth and just black, you feel me? Black out, so.
Let the word talk.
I guess it depends on how you look at it, right?
Yeah.
Because what light? You might not be the same light as this many people viewed your shit.
Yeah.
But you might be the light to people's fucking lives to make them want to keep going.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're talking about some shit in your records that like people are sitting there like.
I kind of just,
Yeah, it's true though.
If I could rewind that, I would.
Because there's so many times, chills right now.
Right there, nigga.
Because it is what it is. I'm like, Yo, come on, man. My girl fucks with Bad Bunny. She's Colombian and Venezuelan, but I guarantee you she'll sit here and recite every motherfucking lyric. You know what I mean? The Conway the Machine shit. Every time I went to the show, baby, you're not gonna take me. You gotta stay your ass home. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I feel that's what the conversations are. Yeah. The conversations ain't no different. Like every time I speak to somebody about some shit, and it comes to music, and we get into that because it's good to get. Like I told you, every time Nova told you too. Every time, 155 episodes, 154 of them at Conway the Machine been mentioned. Just 155, so we can't even say it this
might
one.
have to stitch them all up.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It'll be a lot of work. So it's you really are though. You're the light in people's lives. So how do you measure this? When you're gone, a lot of these people live because they stayed kicking through what you were saying in your music. A lot of the people in the hoods that really didn't know if, you know what I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I've been through this shit. I went through all these hurdles, and I don't feel like I know when you're talking, you battle shit. There's so many other people that are battling shit that they run the music. They're running to you.
Wow, dog. You taking me, man. You taking me. That's love, man. That's love, dog.
So tell me, like, so we ain't even, like, with the way we usually start, and I know you got shit to do, but the way we usually start is, what made you you? What made you Conway the Machine? Take us all the way back to what made you you. You know, we did have Shots up here a few times. Shots was up here with Benzino.
He went crazy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Shots been up here a bunch of times. And he told me, he's like, you know, we had a great family. You know what I mean? He was like, I had my fucking name on the wall and shit like that. He said he had, you know, because he been there. He seen my son a bunch of times. And he was like, you know, our upbringing. He told me his version of the upbringing. What was like life coming up from you from the jump? How did you become Conway the Machine?
Just loving hip hop, man. Just being in love with hip hop, watching the motherfucking box and watching motherfucking
shout out to
Rap City and all that shit. Running home from school so I can watch Rap City and shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, dog, I really just the hood, man. I was, you know, in the hood. You know, my you know, I had a better upbringing than some. You know what I'm saying? I might not have had every pair of Jordans, but I had the Grant Hills. You feel me? I had the Grant Hills. You feel me? I was good. My family did the best they can with what they had. You know, I lived with my uncle and my aunt for most of my majority of my life, and my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really around like Shot side of the family or nobody really else. So I just grew up where I was at, and that's what made me the Machine. Made me who I am, just being in the hood I'm from. Just back you kind of had to be more resilient. You know what I'm saying? As a 15-year-old, 16-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So I was already selling crack by then. I had already went to jail by 16 for pistol possession. I had already, you know, seen so many of my friends die in front of me, or, you know, things like that. So you kind of had to grow up a little faster back then. You know what I'm saying? But that's really what it is. Like that shit right there is what really had made me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, I had a conversation with my boy a couple weeks ago, and I was telling him about coming up and my upbringing. And he's like, "Oh, well, you weren't raised in the East Side your whole life." And I was like, "Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you something that it is about out there. Grow up quicker, right? Like 14 and 15 years over there. You learn to be a man a little bit quicker. You learn to protect." A little bit quicker.
Right.
You got to protect your own. You know what I mean, I had 4 siblings. There's 5 of us. You learn different life lessons. My next door neighbor was set on fire when I was young, right? Like dead ass, a crackhead, right? I lived on Broadway in Coit. And For me, for a long motherfucking time, I thought it was the devil. You know what I mean? Because you got the sign like the devil's fire. Like you know what I mean? So I was young, and I thought it was the devil. You know what I mean? I seen somebody get shot when I was like 7 years old. You know what I mean? My grandmother lived across the street. And I always got in trouble. When we got in trouble, we got to stay at grandma's house. You know what I mean? Abuela's house.
Get off the block.
And then I'm screaming across, and me and my sister and my brother are at the window. We're just talking to each other regular. Pop, somebody grabbed something from the corner store. You know what I mean? Dudes at the corner store in Buffalo, in the east side, they don't fuck around, don't take our shit. You know what I mean? They pulled up in the 5.0, the Mustang, pop, pop. You know what I mean? And I seen that shit young. And people don't realize what it's like to be forced to grow up a lot quicker. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I could relate to it. Not to say that I went through all the same shit you went through, but I seen what it's like over there.
Yeah.
And I know it's not well, you know, you say it's like this. You know, I came out here. When I first came out here, I'm in the hood. I didn't know I was in the hood.
Right.
Because they have every house still standing.
Look a little
You know what I mean?
different.
The porch ain't being held up by a fucking a 4x4. You know what I'm saying? Because the porch might fall. Because you know what I mean? It's different out there. They like the crack house actually looks kind of good out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it don't look like a crack house.
Right,
Shit like that. It looks different. I know what it's like out there. I know it was different for you. You went through more than most. I'm guessing, right?
Probably went through more than most, but probably none different than nobody else that came from out like my type of upbringing went through. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. It wasn't like hell for me. You know what I mean? I was a good good student in school. I did good in school and shit. I got exposed to shit kind of early, like I said, like 8th grade and all that. Like I was already selling crack, and I was already like a corner boy. Like I was posted up, nigga, and so by the time I got to high school, I only went to high school. I want to say I made it to like my sophomore year before I dropped out, but I was a freshman going to school, gold chains on, and you know what I'm saying, and Gazelle glasses and
As
shit.
a freshman, yeah.
Feel me, buying my own sneakers and clothes and shit, school clothes and shit. So, but that just come from just having I kind of had to be in a position to do what I had to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the uncle that I was raised by, like he was young, kind of younger. He only maybe like 9 or 10 years older than me. So,
still a young guy.
He was still in his 20s and shit like that.
Still running.
Raising me because, my mom's was, dealing with what she was dealing with in the streets and stuff like that. So I was raised by him and his wife, which is Goose moms, you know what I'm saying? And, they, like I said, they did the best they could with what they had and taught me a lot. That nigga taught me a lot, man. And, did everything in his power to hold me down like that. You feel me?
Hell yeah.
I ain't really go through too much, nothing too different, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do, and you keep it pushing. I've been through a lot of the street shit that, same old stories. Y'all heard it in the raps. You know what I'm saying? And I'm actually thankful though for that shit, cause man, I would hate it to grow up and be like one of you square ass niggas.
I was waiting for him to talk that shit, you know what I mean?
That's what I was waiting for, right?
Yeah.
Real shit.
I was being too humble, this whole energy.
Yo, it's so many times you see somebody out there. It's like, how you made it this far? You don't know nothing about nothing. How you navigating right now? Yeah. It is a weird thing though, because it's like, it sucks I had to go through it, but kind of made me who I am. And like you said, it gave you the upper hand on a lot of people.
Yeah, but you know what it is too, man? Sometimes the things we go through, or the people before us went through shit and they made it, they took it personal to make sure we ain't have to go through it. Like, man, my kids, my nephew, man, watch, they'll never have to go through what I went through. So, a lot of the, the generation that came after ours, like I grew up, I was, selling crack in the 90s and shit. You feel me? I feel like that was our whole thing. Like I never would want my sons to ever experience what it's like to come home from school and hit the light switch. The lights ain't working. And ain't no cable on the TV. Cold. You know what I'm saying? Eating peanut butter sandwiches and mayonnaise sandwiches and shit like that. Sharing jeans and, you feel me?
Slicing up bologna.
Cutting them bitches in half for the summer. You feel me?
I know
Like,
it's,
you know,
it's
my sons have never had that.
that's
Sometimes
the
I
best
want my
moments
son to
too,
do
though.
that. Like,
Yeah.
nah, everybody shit this summer, nigga. Cut them jeans.
Yeah.
See what it
Cut
feel
them
like.
jeans off,
Yeah.
man.
But it's dope because that's what made you though. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, and it wasn't always Conway the Machine. You know what I mean?
Right.
You started off under a whole different rap name. Was it
Yeah.
Cannon?
Yep, Cannon,
Yeah.
Loose Cannon.
Yeah.
First it was Loose Cannon, and then I switched. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna be Cannon. Then I got rid of that whole shit.
So you came up in, you know what I mean? It was in Lilo Studios, Uncle Shay.
Yeah,
How did rap
nigga.
start for you though? Where did it start?
Bro, I have no idea, bro. I feel like as long as I can remember, I've been spitting and rapping and shit. I'll be hearing stories from my uncles about like how I was, you know, a little kid reciting Run DMC records and Coogee rapping them niggas and Big Daddy Kane records and shit. And, you know, so I don't know, man. I kind of just been rapping as long as I can remember. Probably about like 12 or 13. I think my first battle was like I was 14. Battling some 20-year-old nigga. Like I've been nice for a minute. I really don't recall when I first like, hey, I'm a rapper. You know what I mean? But I know when I came home from jail in 05 is when I knew like, all right, I gotta make something of this shit now. It's not just a hobby of me just, you know, wanting to be nice and, you know, just rapping and shit in the hood. Like, nah, I gotta make something of this shit because I can't be going in and out of jail. Like this was my third or fourth time in jail, and you know, I was like, nah, I gotta. So when I came home in 05, I was more focused on the business side of shit and just, man, let me go crazy.
Let me really take it serious.
Right.
Double down.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you where I first heard Conway. This would be dope. It was it was Cinco de Mayo, right?
Yeah.
Not the first time I heard Conway, but the first time I heard Conway from the most persistent motherfucker I ever met in my goddamn life.
Okay.
I'll say his name in a second, right? Cinco de Mayo. I'm about to go out drinking with my boy Sam. We stop at my boy's house and we're like, you know what, let's go. We're gonna go out. So we're gonna, you know, we're gonna hit the strip.
Yeah.
Hurdle and shit like that. We're gonna get drink. We're gonna get fucked up all night.
Yeah.
And dude goes, hold on, grab some drinks. You know, Cinco de Mayo's serious in Buffalo. They don't fuck around.
Yeah, right.
We don't fuck around. That's a whole day.
Lit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we're drinking, and he's like, we're listening to this album. This is the greatest rapper ever right here. This motherfucker's the greatest rapper ever. You were just chilling. You were there. And like now we're like, I'm sitting there going crazy. 3 records, 4 records, 5 records.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, Wiz. Come on, now we going out, or what are we gonna do here? You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of records right here. What are we gonna do? And he's like, next, and next, and next. And I'm like, I agree with you. I'm not denying it. You know what I mean? This shit is fucking fire. We going out. What are we gonna do? You know what I mean? And ever since then, it was just like, this dude actually might be the best rapper alive. And that's what Wiz always told me.
Man,
He never let it go. I never met, you know, like Wiz, I know Wiz, my boy used to live upstairs from him. So I was I don't know, I was young as a bitch. And maybe like 17. My boy used to live upstairs from him, and every time I went over there, he was down there chilling, smoking. Wiz was as crazy as
Wiz,
they get,
that's
you know
my
what I mean?
brother, man. I love that nigga Wiz, dog. I ain't gonna lie, like Wiz, that nigga, man, just was a solid dude. Like Wiz do shit like, you probably know this shit. Like, you know, you go to Wiz house, man. Like you say, you're gonna listen to a million rap records, and then you know he gonna go in his closet like, yo, what size you wear? I just bought that. I never wore it. Here, take this. Here, take these Yeezys. I never wore them. Man, look, you gonna hug you a million times. We're gonna drink 2-3 bottles. Yeah. You ain't even going out no more. It's like,
that's what I'm saying,
just, you know what I mean? It's just like, man, it's just love. And, hold on, I gotta show you something else. Look. And like, I ain't gonna lie, I miss that dude, man. For real, dog.
Yeah, he no matter what. Like I remember kicking it with you at fucking Grandma Mora's. Even Wiz was freestyling with you.
100%.
You know what I mean?
No, he gonna freestyle.
Yeah, and I'll never forget those moments like that. Wiz to me,
Want a drink?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Wiz to me was, I had the Uber Eats, another bottle. Your food's here
Thank
too.
you, King.
At the front door. Wiz to me was somebody that no matter what you were gonna get, Wiz.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like no matter what mood you were in, it don't matter. Like Wiz is gonna say the most outlandish shit all the time. No matter what
100%.
fucking, like, you know, you might not be you don't want to go all crazy and shit at a certain moment. It don't matter. If you're with Wiz, you got to deal with it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like Wiz was gonna do some crazy shit in the middle with a club. It don't matter. You know what I mean?
It don't matter,
doing
man.
what he's doing.
He gonna do it.
Yeah.
I had Wiz out here in Miami with me one time. I said, never again, man. I can't go. I can't. That nigga was wild in that Prime 112. Like, yo, chill, bro.
Can't do that here, man.
Like, yo, chill, man.
But he valued the dopest shit about it was he valued you so much. The whole movement, obviously, the whole camp, but with you, it was like Wiz was about to kill somebody for you. You know what I mean? Like for him, it was like that's my brother and that's it. Yeah. And it was dope. It was real dope to see.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I imagine that his loss meant a lot to you.
Yeah, it did, man. It did. It like at that time, like when Wiz passed, like I lost so many. It was a couple people, bro, and it was just like simultaneously, like, and
can't get.
And then it was like my mom was going through, her health issue at that time, and it was just like I was at a point where like, damn, man, what the fuck, bro? You know what I mean? Felt like helpless. You know how that shit feel, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I lost my homeboy Prick around that time. And, I was just dealing with a lot, man. And, I had to actually, music was the therapy I had to use, and I didn't know that I needed, but I used like to write my way through that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he this was after Shay.
Yeah, it was after Shay.
And then was it Forever Dropping Tears?
Yeah,
with El Camino.
Yeah,
I think that was still in the pandemic.
Right.
I was at the gym. I listened to the record for the first time. I'm there with Pretty Kelvin. Shout out Mateo made it. I listened to the record. I'm like, yo, you gotta hear this shit. That shit made me tear up.
Nah, I cried that whole song, like recording that shit in the studio. Like, I can't listen to that second verse too tough. Yeah. Like I gotta cut that. I don't even listen to like songs like that Kyle, a lot of them shits, Proud of Me, all that shit. I can't listen to them shits.
Too personal.
Yeah, it's too. It take me somewhere that I wanted to. I feel like I've grown past and I've accepted and I'm okay with that stuff now. So it's like, I don't even listen to them shits. And the crazy, like when I do shows and I go on these tours, like the crowd like this won't do it tour. I really wasn't doing that record. I really wasn't performing the Kyle and Forever Dropping. Like the fan, they want to hear that shit, and it's like, damn, I don't feel like crying up here. I mean, like, damn, but I did that shit in a couple of cities, but man, I hate even reliving that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like a word for word kind of painted the picture of like my feelings with that shit, with them incidents, and the incident actually, like where, like how it was, like a news reporter or a journalist or something, and it's like reading them stories or hearing them stories back and hearing those rhymes back. It fucks me up still to this day. You know what I'm saying? I wish niggas was here to see me doing all this balling. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you, man, while we're talking about Wiz, Shay is that pivotal person there too. Because Shay just knew.
No, Shay had that ear. He was the visionary.
He's the guy like this.
No, he just knew. I'm telling you, he knew. You know, because like I was into the music. I said the story a million times. Like I found out music wasn't for me by being inside of that studio and hearing Benny the Butcher go at it, hear Conway, and I'm like, okay, maybe maybe I ain't a rapper. You know what I mean? Maybe I should do something else. Like it's cool. It's cool to realize what you're good at, what you're not good at. I thank you for making me realize I ain't that nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, Benny was Shay's guy too.
Yep.
Like,
and that was he was 2 Chainz Benny.
You couldn't tell Shay nothing about Benny. Benny was, was Shay's guy. He was what he. It was for Shay, it was Benny. You know what I mean? Like how y'all for you, it was me.
Yeah.
For Shay, it was Benny. You know what I'm saying? And like, I think that's what made us ill as we are. Like, I feel like that's the dynamic that me, Wes, and Benny got that nobody has. That's why they can't fuck with us outside of like the woo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like,
it's gonna be a long time.
It's tough when you dealing with, bro. When you just imagine this, you sitting in the studio, right? Derringer just threw on one of the craziest beats you probably ever heard in your fucking life. The nastiest, dirtiest, darkest fucking beat you ever heard in your life.
Shout out Derringer too.
And then you coming up with your verse, but you look over in the corner.
Oh,
and you see Benny just facing the wall, just you know what I mean?
Like, oh shit.
He's usually Nova. He usually is ready first. All right, yeah, I'm ready. And go in there and go and spit that shit that y'all hear Benny spitting, and then like your turn. You sitting there looking at the shit you came with, like. Shit, hold on a minute. I'm almost ready. Yo, roll something. You know what I mean? You just like, no, you got to deal with these two different animals. West coming in there, killing that shit. And West style is so, it's so one of one, and it's just so, you know what I'm saying? Like West is, to me, West is that nigga to me. You feel me? Because it's one of one. It's boutique. It's rare. You ain't never seen or heard this, and like the confidence that he got. Just in his shit, like how he do it, and the fearlessness and shit, is like, I look at that as like a skill set. Like, damn, sometimes
he does what he wants to do.
Exactly. Sometimes I want to be able to get in that comfort zone where I'm gonna say whatever. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? So
when Wes would come here, I feel like I gotta fucking get a designer to fucking dress me up. You know what I mean? I can't just dress regular. No, I'm saying I need one. You know what I mean? But go ahead, what was you saying?
No, I was just saying, like, just being in them rooms with them niggas is just, and then, y'all all got the competitive nature of like, I want to have the best verse on the song.
Of course.
So, but you got to deal with these two other niggas for each of us. Like Benny had to deal with me lurking over his shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the machine about to go crazy when I'm about to say. Yeah. And the same thing, I got what, so that's what's dope about our shit. Is why, like, when we do music all together, this shit it'd be crazy. We really could do what we want. Just can't fuck with it.
We had Benny up here, and Benny, we asked him, we were like, what is it with a lot of people think that there might be some beef between everybody, especially at that certain moment. And he was like, y'all don't get it. Like, I look up to them.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
He's like, those are like
that was dope.
They're like the big brothers to me. Like they got me into this shit. Like,
facts.
He's like, people don't really understand that I could never.
No, that's
facts. That could never happen.
Yeah, no, that's facts. That's facts. I think it's just, when we came through, I think everybody was just expecting everything to just be, all three of us together on every song, every record, every tour, everything, and like, we were always individual entities. Like, we always was doing our own thing and doing shit how we wanted to do it. We knew how we wanted to do business for ourselves and our brands. We everybody. So, everybody got their own thing they trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And that don't necessarily mean that it's friction amongst the camp. It's just, niggas is busy and niggas is grown, bro. Yeah. We kind of older than you would think. Like. Niggas is old, man. You feel me? Niggas got kids, niggas got families, niggas been, chasing and we've been doing this shit for so long, you know what I'm saying? And now we got, different things that we trying to accomplish, different goals, like, having artists and shit and making sure that they successful and, getting fashion or, running other companies and other spin-off companies from, the brand we built. So that don't necessarily mean like, it's friction and shit all the time, but I get where the fans come from. But, he right about that. You know what I mean? Benny was always machine gun, rest in peace. Even like when Wes was rapping, but he really wasn't rapping like that. It was always like I was the rapper.
Yeah.
Like, yo, nah, rap.
Yeah.
And Benny was my understudy. He was my student, him and Machine Gun, and they would be coming. We'd all spend the night at at Graham's house. And shit, we'd be in the basement working on, we'd just be rapping on karaoke machines and tape recorders or whatever. And they'd be seeing me in ciphers fucking niggas up and battles fucking niggas up or whatever. Like, Benny and Machine Gun watching that shit. Like Benny's a few years younger than me and Wes. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm 14 fucking a nigga up that's 20 something. And so if Benny 3-4 years younger than me, he 10. You know what I mean? So of course they looking like, damn, you feel me? So that's valid. He said that.
The battlers, we had battlers here, right? Right after you, we got Geechee Gotti and Easy the Block Captain coming up on Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay, salute.
We had Disaster up here, and we were talking about this.
Dog.
And Disaster was like, people don't, how Disaster was like, people don't notice. And when Disaster said everything he said, we got to clip that out. He was like, when Conway said everything he said, but Conway would actually do it. Conway was actually a problem.
Nah, facts.
He's like, he actually could probably jump into this and fuck a lot of people up.
Nah, facts. The younger me did.
Because you dissed him. You know what I mean? He was like, because he dissed me too.
Yo, the crazy shit is though, but see, you know where I'm going with this because you from the town, like nigga, that's just Buffalo shit, bro. You gotta think we was always the niggas that they thought was farmers and it was cows, and you know what I mean. We was growing potatoes or something in the backyard, nigga. No, we was selling crack cocaine at a very young age. You feel me? We was having pistol charges. We was shooting shit, stabbing niggas. We would beat a bitch with a lock in the sock, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We now it transitioned to the soap in the sock. We would fuck a nigga up in Buffalo, bro, period. And we always had that chip on the shoulder, and we always had that, you know what I mean? That we was mine. Like so that verse came from when I was in that mind state before I got on for anything. I just ain't give a fuck about nobody. Like I still really don't, but like it was a little more. Yeah, I was a little more on shit back then. Like you know what I mean. And that was one of them ones where I just wanted to talk my shit. Like just go crazy and. You know what I'm saying? I thought I really wasn't dissing him until I really sat back and listened to it. Like,
he's talking that shit.
That's
that Buffalo shit.
But I wasn't trying to diss niggas, and I spoke with all them niggas in some form. Like a couple of them niggas DM me, bro.
Yeah.
A couple of them niggas want to smoke. Them battle rap niggas. Like, nah, nigga, we should put up 20 racks, nigga. What we doing?
Yeah, of course.
Nah, y'all niggas, nigga, I'm 35. Motherfucker years old. You feel me? But I seen a couple of interviews when niggas spoke on that shit and niggas showed love and understood what that was. That's the battle culture. Like when you
real
know
ones.
what I mean? I was just trying to emphasize like I'm iller than everybody. You know what I'm saying? And
tell me.
Don't compare me to nobody. Don't compare me to these battle rap niggas. Like what the fuck? You know what I mean? And but I fuck with all them niggas. I'm a fan of that shit. You feel me? Them niggas be fucking niggas up and that shit. I be watching all that shit and I appreciate the love and understanding I got from niggas and shit. Like, I fuck with that. That nigga Conway, I like that shit. I like that nigga. I fuck with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that was a dope moment because, it got me, cool and good with, that whole culture and element over there. And it got them familiar with what we doing, with Griselda and everything that we doing with that. So, it's dope, man. Shout out my nigga Mook. You know what I'm saying? Shout out all them niggas, man.
Mook let me come out to Atlanta and be right up on the stage with him when he was battling Big K. I stood right on stage with him and it was dope. But he he's also somebody that he was like, Conway's a motherfucking problem, my boy. He said it. He spoke highly of you in the interview we did with him. He wouldn't shut the fuck up about that shit. Yeah. I'm telling you, we're gonna pull out these clips.
Niggas was hot. Niggas was ready to
ready
to fire home.
They definitely had to cool off a little bit.
Niggas
so I know
they
you
got me too, because I wasn't in game shape at that time, nigga. I was drunk and I ain't had nothing else to spit, nigga. I'm on stat. Let me fuck that, leave that beat on.
Yeah. I think you feel that way. You feel that way, but I guarantee you, because this is that Buffalo nature. If they would have pressed that button, they would have turned the machine on. You know what I mean? And the shit would have changed. Shit would have changed real quick.
Anybody push that button, it's quiet for anybody. I don't give a fuck. Old nigga, new nigga. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, don't push that button, man. Let me just be, let's have a drink. You know what I mean? I don't want to unlock that guy. That guy, that's a different animal.
You know what we want to do? My whole objective, I told Kato earlier, I was like, my whole objective is, like, I feel like the machine be chilling sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? Like, cause you're somebody that you're living your normal life. We went out to Buffalo. Man, let me tell you something. When I did that PS5 giveaway, when you dropped your album, and we did the hip hop karaoke. Shout out to OJ.
Yeah, remember that.
We brought the PS5 over there. We do the
OJ.
giveaway. You just dropped the record. You're still beating Kodak. Yeah, that's right. You know what I mean? You're still on top of Kodak, number one. And we're over there. You got us out in the hood. Yeah, you ain't like it ain't like I'm like, damn, how Conway's still out in the hood doing these like and comfortable.
You
know what I'm saying? And doing what you're doing, because the people love you out there. They truly do. So I hear you when you say that the Buffalo love. Now you've done all this shit from a king to a god. That shit is so like real to me.
Yeah.
That's why in that interview or when I saw you at that event, I was like, yo, you actually could say that. It's different. Like some people could kind of like, a lot of people kind of use these figurative terms, and they got to think so hard to drop figure out an album name, because shit is difficult to figure out an album name and where you're gonna be at with that. But from a king to a god, you lived a hell of a life. First off, I'm gonna do this before I ask you that question, because I know you got to get some movement. My son is no way, shape, or form is not meeting Conway the Machine. You know what I mean? So go ahead, baby. Come on. You see, she got the baby in the belly that's about to pop out any day now.
All right.
You know what I mean? Look, and my son, he gives pounds. You know what I mean? So you gotta say what's up. We gotta get the moment where he says what's up to Conway the Machine.
What's up, man?
And also, my girl is a huge. I'm not fucking with you. She's a huge fan of yours.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh man, what's up, man?
Yeah, look at that.
How you doing? Congratulations, man.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? What's up, little man? You good?
There you go.
That's what it's all about right there. That's the most important shit in the world to me. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. That's dope, man.
Hell yeah. And bringing him in. Look at that. He does it so good. Get it, Junior.
That's fire.
So I don't know if people know about this, right? But King of New York. Right.
Yeah.
I was there in the studio with Kelvin. Again, shout out Mateo Mater. That's my brother.
My
you
dog.
know what I mean?
I fuck with the homie.
All right, baby.
That's my homie.
So we were sitting there listening. There was a one track in particular that you were talking about being a father, and you never wanted to repeat those steps, but now like that you're grinding, like you're there financially, but you can't be there like you wanted to be. And that gave you a different outlook on that. I know those records aren't out yet, but as being a father, how difficult is all this that's going on with you?
Oh man, honestly, it sucks, bro. You know what I mean? It sucks because you have to make a decision and make sacrifices. You know what I mean? And
constantly.
Unfortunately, I had to sacrifice, time with my children and with my family and my loved ones. That I would rather be spending that time and having that time and those moments and those memories. But my biggest fear is them growing up like I did. You know what I'm saying? So I know what I gotta do, and I know I ain't got time. I don't have the luxury of time, because I'm 41, so I don't want to be the 50-year-old rap guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I got to do so much in so little time to get to where I know I can get to if I just strive and grind and focus. And sometimes that's tough for, you know, your kids' moms or your family and stuff to understand and really grasp. Is, that's just a difficult pill to swallow.
They can't possibly.
Feel me? They can't understand that. And it's like, everything, great reward comes with sacrifice and dedication. And it's just like, I'm so dedicated to this shit. And, I just had to, I sacrificed time.
Yeah.
And then I don't look down on nobody who said fuck all that, because I know a lot of dudes who like super talented and super, and even if it ain't music or whatever it is, like that got things that they could do, like super talented, but put that shit on the back seat once, like their girl got pregnant or they met a girl or they
never talk
I'm
about
just
it
doing
again.
this family thing and niggas, he working and got a good little job and he out the way, and it's like, bro, God wanted us to be doing this, bro.
Yeah, he's supposed to be playing the piano.
Like, I gotta be doing this. So what I try to do now is just, make all the bitches get abortions. No, I was just fucking her.
He had to break it up.
That's what I try to do.
Yo.
Hey. It's a couple hundred people out there like,
I had to give him a jewel. I had to give him a jewel.
Yo, Benzino said I said Benzino said he comforts women after the abortions by giving them oranges.
Yeah, he said, y'all don't know about the oranges?
He's like, you got to give them an orange.
He said, yeah. After an abortion, you give her an orange. He was like, Zeno, what kind of game you trying to give me right now? I can't, like, what is that? He said, oh, they love it. I'm like,
Zeno, them niggas is wild boys.
Yeah, wild boys.
Motherfucking Stevie J and them niggas some wild boys.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Them niggas, don't take no advice from them niggas.
You're right. You ain't wrong.
Take no advice from Stevie. If it ain't music, I ain't taking no relationship advice from Stevie J.
Yeah, right.
I watch too much Love and Hip Hop, nigga, to know how I ain't no sleeves. Y'all niggas don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna use this moment to announce some dope shit, right? Because we be having Charleston White up here a lot. New Year's Eve, salute, by the way. We're gonna close this out with one final question. Salute. My bad. You heard, goddamn, that's a fire reach. You know what I mean? Salute, everybody.
Charleston White.
This New Year's Eve, right? Doing some, we're from Buffalo, so I know you're gonna understand. Yeah, I know you're gonna understand how dope this shit is, right? Yeah. Being from, I think that's the wrong bottle, but hey, you pour some out.
Still got some out of there.
You know what I mean? There you go.
What's wrong with it?
On New Year's Eve, I'm with Uncle Murder. We're releasing a record.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
that's my Uncle Murder, that's my motherfucking nigga right there. Like, cool real dude. Talk, I fucks with Merc, nigga. Real talk, nigga. And I love them wrap-up shits. I know this one gonna be special, too. Yeah, I know this one gonna be special.
Hell yeah. So it's just
a lot of nut shit went on this year, so I know this one gonna be real entertaining.
Yeah.
Niggas
We're dropping that shit right here live on the Danza Project. That ass.
That's why I be staying so low and out the way, cause shit, I ain't trying to end up on one of them shits, nigga.
They also spoke very highly. We drove them over to we had the interview with them.
Yeah, yo.
And then they had like an X amount of time to get to the concert.
Yeah.
They were like, yo, 50 don't play. This dude is debt serious. We got to get there in time. I was like, I'll drive you there instead of taking Uber.
I was talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm saying that.
I was like, I hit a different speed, just so you know. That shit goes like 200 20. Actually. You know what I mean? It actually goes 200. So, and they were like, fuck it, let's get it. So we took the airplane there. We got there in time.
That's why I be so, nigga, I be extra motherfucking friendly with Uncle Murder. Like, yeah, shit, you good? Yeah. I don't want to end up with no raffles at all.
Crazy, crazy.
Hey, you good? You should need anything?
So the final question I got to ask you before I let you go is, life is big from a king, from a peasant to a king to a god.
Right.
I can't say 1 to 10. like I say 1 to 100, right? Like all the shit that you accomplish and all the shit that you set out to accomplish, out of a 1 to 100, where do you feel like you're at right now in the scale of life?
That's a great question, man. That was a great question, dog. I've been in a space, man, lately where I've been questioning a lot of shit and doubting myself and feeling like, all right, man, falling victim to the shit that I said earlier for people to ignore and not give a fuck about, like, little comments. And I see the comments and shit, niggas. There's gonna be some comments on this page about like, damn, what's wrong with the nigga face and all this shit. And lately, music and everything, and I've been kind of just in a place of doubt and questioning myself, and do I want to continue going like this and doing it this way? And a lot of things just been really fucked up for me in life. You know what I'm saying? B Wiz passing away, my nigga Prick, nigga D Bitch. I got homies getting locked up left and right. And I thought I was at the end of, my run or whatever, but the further review and just to answer that question truthfully, I feel like I'm at like 45, man. You know what I'm saying? I said 45 because I feel like Mike coming back, nigga, out of retirement with the 4-5 on the jersey, nigga. I feel like I ain't even near my pinnacle yet. I ain't even near my peak yet. You know what I'm saying? I got some incredible projects that's in the chamber that's worked on, like, the one you heard.
Yeah.
I got a lot of things in store for 2024, 2025, and I just made the decision that, man, I'm not done yet. You know what I'm saying? I'll decide when I'm finished, when my run is over, and when I'm done with this shit. You know what I'm saying? I decide that. And just listening to Won't He Do It Side B and listening to, the album I got with Justice League and other shit, the features I've been doing lately and shit like that. Like, I feel like I've gotten better than I was, you know what I'm saying? And the machine that people love, I feel like I got iller. Like the shit I'm saying now is like, niggas not fucking. Niggas won't fuck with me then. Niggas definitely not. Nobody's fucking with me right now. And it's not even a place on some arrogant shit, but I'm just keeping it a buck. Nobody's fucking with me right now. So 45, man. I'm not finished. But this next half, before I'm 100% fulfilled in life, is gonna be the best half. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go. Golden State Warriors coming out right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what does 100 look like then?
I don't know, but I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see. And, I look forward to the journey from 45 to 100, because that's where all the beauty at is in between there. I don't feel like when you get to, whatever's at that end, I don't know if that's the most beautiful part of it all. I feel like the most beautiful part of it all is going to be everything that I had to do to, make that trajectory. But, I'm excited to see how it goes. But I know I'm dedicated and I'm focused on making this half of, my fulfillment be the best half. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go crazy. And like I said earlier, in a short amount of time. So I'm about to just open. If y'all thought I went crazy in 2023 with, I dropped a gang of projects and EPs and albums and features and all that shit, nominated BET Award, Hip Hop Lyricist of the Year, shit like that. That's light. That's the beginning. That's the appetizer. I'm about to fuck shit all the way. I'm about to go crazy, and I made the decision to. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I ain't letting up. I ain't letting nothing stop me or discourage me or make me doubt myself or none of that shit. I'm about to go crazy. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's a motherfucking answer.
That's how you
right
answer
there.
a motherfucking
I'm going to close it like this, right? Please don't.
Yeah.
Please don't take your foot off their neck.
No.
Not for one fucking second.
Yeah.
Because this, for my family that I got growing, this, no matter what happens today, no matter what happens tomorrow, ever, it's one of the greatest moments in my fucking life, being able to sit down and have this interview with you, because this is why I did this shit.
Yeah.
And I know that listening to your music, at times you doubt yourself. I know that. I don't know how, but I get it. That's why you're so fucking great. Like legendary shit. I'm not gonna give anybody else ever on this motherfucking stage, unless Nipsey Hussle was alive, the same flowers I'm gonna give you.
That's dope.
You know what I mean?
Word.
And I hope you know that. Like everybody around you, the people that you got on your team, the people that I got on my team, and every motherfucking fan out there that supports you and has been with you through the journey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keep doing what you're doing because you give us all hope. The Danza Project never was here unless if I didn't hear Conway the Machine.
That's
This shit
dope,
doesn't even
man.
fucking exist.
That's
So
dope.
thank you for being here.
That's dope,
And Chad,
man.
thank you too for dealing with my bullshit along the way.
All
You
the
know what I mean?
DMs.
Conway, my man.
Love,
This is
bro.
episode what? 155?
Yes, sir.
Conway the Machine.
155.
Cheers,
Thank you.
man.
Legendary.
Love, dog.
Boom.
Many more to go. Many more
Hell yeah.
episodes to
Word.
go, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have an episode 37 with Conway the Machine one day. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep going.
I'm
Salute.
around.
Yeah,
I'm
hell
around.
yeah. Be safe. Let's sign out. Danza Project.